Hey, it's Brad from NextWeb, and this is Pioneer's DDJ-ERGO controller. It is, roughly an ergonomically designed controller for the beginner or hobbyist DJ who wants to have control over up to 4 decks across 2 different tracks. And we can kind of walk you through here, and we'll take a look at things as they sit. So it starts with, your typical controls. You got a play, pause, a shift, and a Q button on the left-hand side. That is, of course, mirrored on the right-hand side of the device. But as you're walking through, I'll kind of give you an idea of how this works here. So let me start a track with the Q button on the left-hand side, give it some volume, and you'll see here that right now I am in vinyl mode, so that means that this is going to sound like a record spin. If I take that vinyl mode off, all it's going to do is slow down the track or speed up the track, kind of give it a little bit of a bend to help you get it back onto cue. So then if we go up and we take a look at the top of the device, you have a 4-deck sampler over here, 4 hot cues as well. You have an effects section to where you can work with each of the parameters of the different included effects. You can choose on the left-hand side over there whether the effects go to which deck and how it's going to work. An auto loop function gives you really easy granular control. Got nice firm detents in this knob here to give you control over what's going on with your loops. In the middle of the device, it is basically a 2-channel DJ mixer. You have high, low, and mid for each channel. Also, gain control. You have your headphone volume, which right here I gotta gripe a little bit because these things are tiny, like really small, and they're really kind of a pain in the tail to use. But otherwise, really nice knobs across the entire device. They actually feel really very nice. This knob here in the top, if we go over here and we look at the included customized version of Virtual DJ, you'll notice that as I spin that knob, it's going to enable me to cycle through my tracks. Pushing that knob takes me up to a different version of that same screen that just gives me access to more tracks. Cue buttons are going to queue up whichever channel you have it lit up on. So like right now, I could listen to this track in queue. Now it's worth noting that my test device, the headphone output didn't work at all. But, probably a manufacturing defect. I can't really chalk that up to the quality of the device as a whole. So across the right-hand side, same old, same old. You have the same 4 sampler decks. And interestingly, those sampler decks are volume controlled by a different knob entirely, as you can see there on sample volume. So you can use those samples on any area of the track that you want to, control the volume right there, and as you press the button, that's what's going to select the track that you're going to adjust the volume on. More on that in a bit. I've got a couple little quirks about how Virtual DJ LE works, but this is more a review of the device itself than it is the software. So we'll talk about the device itself. And I've got to be honest with you, I am a little disappointed. Pioneer as a whole has done some pretty good work when it comes to what they're doing with their controllers. If you are a Serato or a Tractor fan, Pioneer has really nice controllers for those. However, they are a little overpriced in the market. If you look at the other offerings, especially the offerings from Native Instruments, they tend to be $200 to $300 higher. With this device, when I pulled it out, it feels plasticky, to be honest. I mean, if you've ever touched a DJ controller, you know they tend to feel pretty firm. They tend to feel really well made. These don't at all. Matter of fact, the entire device just kind of has a plastic rattly thunk to it anywhere that you happen to tap on it. And for me, that's a problem. The other problem that I had with it is if you look at our faders here, you'll notice there is a lot of horizontal movement in those faders. They're not tight at all. Same thing here with our pitch slider. Not at all something I'm a big fan of. We've got vertical movement on the crossfader, and together When you add all those things up, when you're talking about a controller that's retailing for about $600, that's kind of a deal breaker for me. I really had high hopes for this, for what Pioneer is doing. I like the idea behind it. I do think that that there's room out there for controllers that are as feature packed as this is, and have a lower price point, but they don't have all of the, let's say that, for instance, they don't have, sampling on the fly and things of that nature. Maybe they don't do MIDI control, or I'm sorry, MIDI signals. I get it. Those kind of things could really be nice in the market right now. We could encourage more people to perhaps pick up the hobby and to gain some interest. However, I think that when you're pricing these things at $600 a piece, then you're putting it way out of the market, and that's a really dangerous thing. More on that, again, as we get into the full review itself. Let me give you just kind of a little walk around here. It's plastic everywhere. Nice rubberized feet on it, I will give it that. It also has a very interesting feature, which I'll see how well I can do this on the camera here. As you can see, we have really big feet in the back, which means that the back of this thing is going to sit up pretty high, and as such you can actually slide your laptop underneath it, and then basically you don't have access to your keyboard, which really you don't need with the control that the Ergo gives you. Really nice idea. I do like that. Pioneer has done that actually with a couple of their other controllers as well, the DDJ-S1 and the DDJ-T1, which are the controllers for Serato and Tractor respectively. So all in all, $600. I can't recommend it. DDJ-ERGO, I think, is going to probably end up on the clearance shelves pretty soon. And if you can pick it up for $300 or $400, that's probably a really nice deal. But as the market stands today, with Virtual DJ LE being the included software, that's not really a selling point for a lot of people. And a $600 controller, there's a lot of stuff on the market, and this just doesn't measure up. Sorry to say it, Pioneer. This is one where I can't give you a home run. I'm Brad for thenextweb.com.